Hi, very good morning, everyone. Welcome to the virtual classes. So, in the last session, we started with Module 2, Reserve Bank of India, and also we discussed brief history of RBI and objectives of RBI. In today's session, we will understand the functions of Reserve Bank of India. So, history, it is already we discussed. Hilton and Commission recommended for RBI in 1935, published RBI, and in 1949 it is nationalized. So today's topic is functions of RBI. When we start discussing about the functions of Reserve Bank of India, mainly we can classify this into two types: general functions, then developmental functions. See, RBI is a central bank for India. So every country they will be having their own central bank, apex bank. That means it is a head for all the remaining banks in that country. It regulates the banks in that country. So in our country it is Reserve Bank of India. General functions means these are the functions performed by all the central banks all over the world. Okay, usual general functions. Developmental functions, it is depends on that particular country. For example, in our India, we are more focusing on agriculture, industrial development, because our country is still developing country, correct? That is why our developmental functions is different from our RBI. And in developed countries their developmental functions may be different, but the general functions are same. So now we will discuss what are the general functions performed by the central banks and the developmental functions of our RBI. So first one, under the general functions of RBI, the first one is issue of currency. So issuance of currency. When we speak about issuing currency, there are two things here. One is printing of notes, currency notes, and another one is minting of coins, making coins. So printing of notes, actually in four places, okay, they will do this printing of Indian currency notes. Devas from Madhya Pradesh, Salboni, West Bengal, Nasik from Maharashtra, and Mysore, of course, it is our Karnataka. So these are the four places RBI they are going to print their currency notes. One thing you need to understand here is RBI has a sole right of printing and issuing the currency in India. Remember this. I told you in the previous class also. It is not the government of India. RBI can print and they can issue the currency. They are the only authority. And minting of coins, that means making coins. Okay, again same, from four different places they will do this, from Mumbai, Kolkata, Hyderabad and Noida. Apart from this minting coins, apart from making coins, they also have some other facilities related to these coins. For example, making coin blanks. Coin blank means it is like a basic structure of the coin. Okay, so nothing is printed on that. It is just like a basic structure, empty coin. Then commemorative coins means just to mark some important events, they will make a coins. For example, 10 rupee coin they made for the birthday of Guru Govind Singh, and recently 100 rupees coin issued for the memory of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So like that, just to remember some events, just to mark some important events, they will issue this commemorative coins. And also they will do the medals, to issue the army officers, like, and some civilian medals like Padma Bhushan or Padma Vibhushan. RBI will do that, and they also do some alloys. Alloy means mixing some different metals, and they will do the coins. and stainless steel coins. These are the different things, different coins they will produce when it comes to coin minting. Next, the government. See, under the general functions of the RBI, the first function is issuing of currency. So printing currency notes and minting coins, two things there. Now the second point is banker to the government. So RBI acts as banker to the government. That means lending loan to the government and taking care of all the transactions related to the government. And it also acts as an agent to the government, for example, maintaining the public deposits. So it acts as an agent. If a government wants to issue some securities to the public to collect some money, RBI acts as an agent. That means on behalf of the government, RBI issues those securities and they collect money for the government. And RBI also acts as advisor, the financial advisor to the government. It advises in various matters so related to the finance and economic growth. RBI advises. Third point is bankers bank. So another function, very important function of RBI is it is a bankers bank. That means for all the commercial banks and all other banks in India, okay, the head is Reserve Bank of India. So RBI acts as a bankers bank. If all the commercial banks they want, they can deposit their excess of money into the RBI. For that they will get interest also. How we deposit our savings in commercial banks, in the same way commercial banks can deposit their surplus money in a RBI. And if they want any extra money, okay, they can borrow it from the RBI. So same thing how we will do with the commercial banks. All the commercial banks will do the banking activity with the RBI. That is why we call RBI as bankers bank. Next, credit control. So they can also control the credit to maintain the stability, okay, money supply in the economy by using different techniques. There are some quantitative techniques, qualitative techniques. They use different techniques to maintain that stability, so control the money. So for that, mainly they use CRR, SLR, the quantitative techniques. So in next class, we will discuss this quantitative and qualitative techniques of the monetary policy. So mainly the CRR, cash reserve ratio, and SLR, statutory liquid ratio. They use this to control the credit. What is cash reserve ratio? This is the amount all the banks they need to deposit with RBI. Okay, RBI will mention, for example, some 4% or 5%. Okay, CRR. That means whatever they receive as a deposit from the public side, in that 4% they must deposit with RBI. Imagine, for example, 100 rupees I deposit into the Vijaya Bank. Now it is Bank of Baroda. Okay, if I deposit 100 rupees, CRR means cash reserve ratio. Out of that 100 rupees, 4%. Okay, it will be getting changed. I'm giving just example. Imagine if it is 4%, 4 rupees it must be deposited to the RBI. They must keep it with RBI. SLR means statutory liquid ratio. It is security deposit amount. Banks they have to maintain with bank itself. Okay, with the bank itself they can maintain in a cash or gold or by any other securities. It may be some 20%, 21%. So they has to maintain with bank. That means when I deposit 100 rupees, imagine 4 rupees they have to maintain CRR with RBI, and 20 rupees they must maintain with themselves. So that is SLR, statutory liquid ratio. So how much they can use for lending loans to the public? So if you minus 24 rupees, so they can use only 76 rupees for their banking activities. Remaining amount they cannot use. That is CRR, SLR. They will use this for credit control purpose. Next, exchange control. This is related to foreign exchange. Okay, so foreign exchange control, because we need a foreign currency for import of goods. Okay, so for that we will maintain that foreign exchange. Next, collection and publication of data. Another very important function of RBI is collecting various types of data related to the finance, related to this monetary policy, fiscal policy, related to the economic growth. They will collect all the data and they will publish that data. uh, all the commercial banks, they have to submit a report to the RBI weekly basis, monthly basis. So all those data, it will be published in Reserve Bank of India website. So that is one function, collection and publication of. Ending of function, RBI functions is developmental functions. So developmental functions means RBI performs various activities for the development of our country and our economy. So for that we call developmental functions. In that, the first one is mobilization of savings. Just to mobilize the public savings, RBI came up with the new policies, new agents like UTI, Unit Trust of India, to mobilize the public savings. Second one is providing security to our deposits. So it is very, very important. We all are depositing our money into the commercial banks, but who will guarantee us our money is safe, it is secure? Who will guarantee? It is Central Bank of India, to ensure the our money is safe. So RBI came up with the new policies by using some different agents. They are providing security to our deposits. Just now I explained about CRR, SLR. Of course, the main aim of using those things, cash reserve ratio, statutory liquid ratio, is to maintain credits, so credit control. And the second reason for using the CRR and SLR is to give security for our deposits. So other agents like Deposits Insurance Corporation India Act 1962. According to this act, they provide security to our deposits. Third point, agricultural credit. That means providing financial assistance for the development of agricultural area. So we have ARDC, Agricultural Refinance and Developmental Corporation. We have NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So we have different agents working for RBI just for the development of agricultural sector. Next, last one is industrial finance. So providing financial assistance, giving loans for the industrial development. For that we have Industrial Financial Corporation of India, State Financial Corporation of India, IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India. So the State Financial Corporation of India, it will be there in every state. Okay, in our state, it is there in our Bangalore itself, Vasant Nagar, State Financial Corporation of India. So IDBI, Industrial Developmental Bank of India, they provide loans purely for the development of industrial sector. So all these functions performed purely for the developmental purpose. Okay, for development of a particular area. It may be industries, it may be agriculture, or it may be some other area. So they perform these functions for the development purpose. That is why we call these functions as developmental functions. So these are the functions of RBI. Okay, general functions, developmental functions. I hope all of you understood these points. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. In the next class, we will discuss about the monetary policy.